Africa should not be importing food. AFDB President. Africa should not be importing food. Africa should become a major food-producing region and export its surplus to the rest of the world. If there is one thing Africa can do, it is to help the world feed itself, said African Development Bank Group President Dr. Akinwumi Adesina. To help mitigate the impacts of soaring food prices and grains worsened by Russia's war in Ukraine, the African Development Bank in May launched the African Emergency Food Production Facility to enable the production of 38 million tons of food over the next 2 years. Enormous opportunities in agriculture, with 65% of the world's uncultivated arable land still available to feed the world's population, so its actions will determine the future of global nutrition. Furthermore, Africa's food and agriculture market will reach $1,000 billion by 2030, Adesina assured. The new year will mark new developments in the bank's partnership with the International Fund for Agriculture Development to establish a financing facility for food and nutrition in Africa. This facility, now called Mission 1 for 200, targets mobilizing $1 billion in the next 2 years from primarily non-traditional donor sources to address more structural issues in the modernization of Africa's agricultural sector. Its objective is to double the productivity of 40 million smallholder African farmers and produce 100 million metric tons of food and feed 200 million people. The bank is scheduled to launch this financing facility in late January, with the aim to drive agricultural transformation across Africa and helping to ensure no one is left behind. The $1.5 billion facility stepped into action with the bank approving initial programs in 26 African countries at a value of $1.257 billion. The bank group's African Emergency Food Production Plan will provide 20 million farmers across Africa with seed varieties of primarily wheat, maize, rice, soybean, and oil palm, as well as access to fertilizers to produce additional food worth $12 billion. The African Emergency Food Production Facility beneficiary countries as of October 2022 are West Africa, 8, Côte d'Ivoire, Gambia, Liberia, Nigeria, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Togo. East Africa, 5, Burundi, Kenya, Tanzania, Somalia, South Sudan,